I'm David Davis.
My name's Alejandro Partida.
And then Judy came in like 3 months into it.
Josh Williams.
Linnea.
My name is Angelique Quinones.
The image of a lone individual in Tiananmen Square.
We're trying to make this a better place, this community.
I discovered something I thought I never would be able to discover.
There weren't actually those opportunities.
And what I discovered is that I am a leader.
We're doing this for y'all. Stop pressing for y'all.
I'm in YC4J, which is Youth Council for Justice. I went to the alternative school here in Norwalk, so I went to Briggs, and there was a lot of confusion as for like the youth rights, and like I felt like we didn't have a voice, and I really liked the fact that YC4J gave that to us.
We're dealing with the school to prison pipeline. These schools don't really handle the children how they're supposed to. They rather let the police handle them, you know, and just make another convict.
I've been working with Hearing Voices for 3 years, and I was actually here when it started. We're working for a credit appeal for all grades. We're looking to get taught what credits are and the importance of it. We're looking for support from guidance counselors and our teachers.
What we're working on, like mainly all throughout the year, is community improvement and violence prevention, and we do that through the arts. So right now we're using theater. We come together and identify oppressions that we all have. We create stories based off of them, like not created stories, but like real life stories that we've been through.
What C4D was doing was helping undocumented get financial aid.
And then we have this decaying burger that's like falling apart and crumbling away. And this is how the patty got after 2 years. Really gross.
Well, we get youth from our community that want to be more involved about the food system and how it works, and we try to touch on food injustice and food justice.
True Colors offers kind of just that safe, open space for LGBT youth. It's also, if you don't play sports, if you're not the whole American, all-American apple pie, white picket fence, for people like me who are artistic or musical or just want to play a different beat of a drum, there really wasn't much space for you.
What motivated me was the death of my cousin. He was like a brother to me. He got killed due to gun violence in New Haven. And just the amount of grief and despair I was going through, I just wanted to do something so nobody had to feel the same type of pain me and my family went through, you know?
And I also have friends and family members that are undocumented, and I try to help them, so that's what motivated me.
I was the president of my GSA, and I wanted to meet like a lot more people that were LGBT. I thought it would be a wonderful experience because they talked about how, you know, it's a very free and open space, and that's what I really want to look for in the world.
My family, they don't eat healthy, and most of them is like obese, and I wanted to change that and get them involved in what I do and what I could do to change it.
That at the time, they were doing something regarding police harassment, and I had a past experience with the police, so it kind of intrigued me to continue with the program and to kind of see what they were about.
I recently had a daughter. She's 7 months now, and all my life I've been labeled as like a bad kid, a useless, nobody, piece of trash, and I didn't want my daughter going to like school being labeled the same things I was labeled. Nobody knows each other until they walk that path or actually like understood each other's pain. That's what motivates me. The fact that I don't want people to feel the same pain that I felt. School suspensions and expulsions increase the likelihood that students will be held back, not graduate, and become involved in the justice system. It also increases the likelihood that students will get suspended again, expelled, or even maybe drop out of school. That's why we're taking on this issue as part of the We Want to Graduate campaign. I think it's great that there are a bunch of youth, not only me, that feel like it's time to speak up.
Destroy the idea that you have to be like a really brave person to like want to be a leader or want to create change. Doesn't matter.
Normally I'm not very open, I'm a very closed person, but coming over here it just made me have more, it made me feel more opinionated.
Girl Hartford has got me to do that, more public speaking, reaching out to the community, and I've changed because I told my friends about what I've learned in my family.
You just got to see how that inspires some of these kids, literally. It just changes their whole attitude about how they carry themselves. Like, it makes them feel so important, you know, and they are.
To like us, like we're young. I'm young right now, and I'm getting everything thrown at me. But how I take this and like how I remember this when my son gets older, that's how he's gonna think. Whatever I learn now is how he's gonna learn.
Youth are the future, so their voices definitely need to be heard and will be heard.
I said, how is my voice gonna change their opinion? But it will, because like they say, children are the future. You know, I could be the next politician one day. Who knows? You know, I could actually help make things count.
You don't need to be a product of your environment, you know? So once they see like what they can do with their voice and the power they have, they take that and they run with it.
Actually hearing youth voices or the youth voice is important because we say what we know and what we feel.
We all sort of often are able to articulate sort of what we don't like, what doesn't seem fair, but knowing how to get from what we don't like to what we want to see, especially when we come up against resistance, is really challenging.
Initiative the Perrin Foundation launched called Building Leadership and Organizing Capacity, or the Block Initiative, which is really about bringing together youth and adults in partnership to build the next generation of social justice leaders and organizers in the state of Connecticut.
So you want to be able to tell if the statement is a problem statement, which means that it is a broad area of concern, or if it's an issue, which means that the statement is a solution or partial solution to a problem. And here we go. 45% of African American males drop out of school.
Disproportionately larger to African Americans, although it's most likely we need a solution or a partial solution to a problem. So
perhaps we might look at policies like zero tolerance. And address those.
I love our block sessions, and I love the time that we have to connect individually with young people at these organizations, because they are not just the future of organizing and social justice work in the state, they are making themselves the leaders of it today.
This is where I'm most likely going to live later on. And I definitely want my ideas out there and my peers' ideas out there so that we can have a balanced state to live in.
It's proof that we can make change. And we show the power that we have.
I mean, I just want them to actually see how powerful the youth are. I want them to realize it. With this group is youth-led, completely. Youth make the decisions here. They make the next move. They need to take them and put them at a certain pedestal instead of keeping them down here because they're just kids, you know, or they're just in the community and they know but so much. But a kid has so much knowledge, no matter what he's been through. Like all the trauma, all of that, they turn it all into knowledge. And the adults don't always have the answers. They may think they know what's best for them, but they can't get what's best for the kids without the kids, you know? Them understanding how powerful their voice is, it takes them a long way. It changes your whole life, honestly.